Oh my god, we're back!
It's been so long.
It's been so long. We're all turned into old men.
This
This is how we're going to play the campaign.
I thought it was a normal passage of time.
3 weeks. What 3 weeks without D&D does to a motherfucker?
In modern day, 3 weeks is a lot.
Yeah. Alright, do you all want to do the recap together, and then, as to the best of your ability, and then whatever you guys miss, Ricky and I will fill in.
I think that's probably the best idea.
Okay.
The first thing that I had written down in my notes from the last session was Shepard telling the group that he's staying with them?
To be a spy.
Yeah, and he explained, that he is going to basically act as a spy for his people. He's going to be giving information back to them. And basically it was like, alright, cool, haha.
I think a little before that, Erlen had a conversation with Karasad. Because Erlen, being a suspicious motherfucker, suspected them of, their general conversations about things, picking up on things, and just having the inclination that they had certain plans for this continent. And, Karasad, in no simple terms, confirmed said suspicions. And then Erlen simply told him, start with Tevinter. So that was fun. And
congratulations, you've made canon Dragon Age.
And we had those conversations with Shepard. Erlen really wanted to make sure he isn't gonna regret leaving effectively his family behind to stay here in this shitty ass place in Tevinter. But we had that, and we had our little safe house. Well, we were with them in their safe house. They all dipped, but we were chilling there in their little safe house, having a couple fireside chats, doing a terrible job at keeping lookout, just awful perception checks. And we heard some noises outside, some suspicious noises. We kind of gathered our people, got them awake, got them ready, more or less. And the door to the warehouse burst open. What happened next? What happened next? Asking the class for participation.
I gotta be honest, I'm so blurry about the last session.
Yeah,
We saw the warden.
Yeah, I was gonna say the next list of notes I have is about
He came back.
that the warden was here.
Oh yeah, that fucker.
Yeah.
Damn, he tracked y'all down.
Yeah,
And
man.
for some reason, I wrote word for word, he uses pain as an attack and it hurt.
It's an attack and it hurt.
I wish I could tell you why I wrote that, but that's what I wrote here. And then I also wrote, gets rid of him, ... for now.
Yeah, I did write that he left after 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He just be gone and left.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was tethered to somewhere. Couldn't really maintain this connection for long. He just blipped out of after a while of each of us kicking each other's asses a little bit. And yeah, our cover was blown, more or less, and we dipped. Also had a note about a place that we visited regarding a donkey kicking a stone. We had to show our papers and such. Well, basically, at least, we kind of like set up Varen's various files to kind of just be away for a while, quote unquote, right? Kind of like took everything down, take out like any other kind of evidence that might trace back to us, you know. And we eventually, finally, made ourselves over to the Dwarven Embassy, as we are in a slight race, knowing that our cover's a little bit blown, in a slight race to hunt down Priscilla Lucan.
That fucker.
Yeah. We had to go down like stories, like whole stories of slopes and stairs. We went down to the into the embassy. It was pretty nice. Lots of different socialites, merchants, politicians, and dwarven, you know, versions of all those things too. Everything just out in the open. Lots of enchanters, lyrium, cool stuff. More so like kind of hidden, marked signs of the Carta, just everywhere. Pretty great. Everything on the surface is pretty normal, but underneath that surface, there's a lot of criminal shadiness going on. And we came across equine enchanting. We met we met a fellow who gave us some more information. Anyone know what that pertinent information was? Pertinent. Okay, I guess I'm the only one who writes notes. Bitch.
I write notes. I just those are all my notes. I already said them all.
All right, yeah. You found out someone.
This is your backstory section, Josh.
Also, I
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
here.
yeah. I'm the only one who writes that. Okay,
Sorry,
so-
Josh.
Someone, keyword, someone has been buying out lyrium in mass droves. That,
Oh.
as well as test subjects. You know, some people who may not be missed. Some people kind of disappearing. A classic scenario. You know, and it's also buying up stonemasons, blacksmiths, lots of people, just all being coalesced here. And our friend at Equine Enchanting doesn't know the person that delivers them. Just kind of leaves the goods at these certain drop points. Mostly just communicating through like letters, you know. But it's always the same handwriting in these letters. Very, very pretty handwriting. And very precise kind of measurements and things that they need for their goods and their lyrium wares. And we talk with this fellow and get some after a bit of greasing of palms. They give us these marked drop off points. We have them on the map now, and now we know. And there are drops that are planned to happen, even as early as tonight, as far as I understand. So we can ready up, have a bit of do a tiny bit of shopping at Equine Enchanting if there are certain things that catch our interest, and then try to see if you can track down where all the lyrium's headed to. Which brings us to now.
Yeah, I wasn't here last session. Ricky, if they missed anything, let them know.
I think they got everything.
Okay.
I forgot you weren't here last session. I didn't.
Nope. All right. Let's start off with Ilaria. You were pulled from the material plane of existence and into a almost battle, chasing after the strange horned knight that has been pursuing you for as long as you remember. Do me a favor and roll initiative.
Oh.
Starting strong.
Okay, I'll just use one. My initiative is a 5. 20. 21.
21, you go first. You see the horned knight kind of like stand tall and proudly in a kind of like ever-moving forest outstretched before you. There's no sky, there is only a lack of trees at certain points, but the entire like kind of like sky is just like covered in these like leaves and branches with like little bits of light speckled and streaming through. The ground is gnarly and easy to trip over, yet the horned knight very easily maneuvers around it. This is his domain, and you have challenged him to a duel in it.
He mounted? Yeah, I assumed he is.
He is mounted, yes.
Oh, you prick. Fuck it. Hot shots.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Oh, okay. Ew. Oh, man.
You fire off one arrow. He takes his halberd and simply slices it into, almost just like flicking it away, and just kind of like stares at you as if that's the best you can do.
Can I just keep laying, laying on attacks?
Yeah, if you want to make another attack, you can.
She's gonna go for, this time, not more knight, more rather his mount, using a throwing dagger.
Okay. 25 hits. Roll damage.
Ooh. That's a 6.
Alright, 6. You toss an arrow into this horse made of bark and leaves. The arrow sinks in and then keeps going, and then you hear just kind of like something eating it. And the horned knight just kind of like stops in front of you. Your arrow's doing barely nothing, and then leans slowly in. His face is about like maybe half the size of your body. Ever so closely, his horns slowly beginning to kind of like almost twist and gnarl and begin to envelop you. A lone hunter only brings back pitiful bounties. Look where you have ended up without your friends at your back.
This is between me and you. Not bad.
Is it? You think you can defeat me alone? You think I can be defeated?
I don't care about defeating you. I just want you out of my head.
Out of your head. He kind of like, almost makes a motion with his face, just kind of like, slowly kind of like overlooking you. For the first time, like looking at you like a person and not just like prey to be hunted. I'm not here because of you. You're here because of me. And then slowly leans back, and you see the horse trot around you, encircling you. Where do you think your family's power and influence comes from?
The Emperor?
Poor little family. No heirs, no prospects, only blood of innocence to summon me. what have I given them? A forest to hunt, places to be mined for their precious, precious glass. And yet you turn away from it all. You do not want my fortunes or your families. So where are you going?
Way. Not going back. I don't know why you keep trying to pull me back.
Do you know what your family is going through right now? Do you know
I
the
care?
sins that they enact?
She's kind of pained. Not really wanting to remember. She stays quiet.
If you claim to care about your friends so much that you would leave them to fight me alone, you should know that this no longer concerns just you or the people you used to care for. And his gnarled tree bark face slowly begins to twist into something familiar, into the face of someone that you used to know and love. The face of Aster stares back at you, dead. And then slowly morphs back into the one of the Horned Knight.
You sick bastard.
He won't be the only one hurt by your family. You think they've been idle during this war? You think they've sat back on their laurels and have accepted everything that I gave them? Humans always want more.
Have to go back? Is that what you're asking of me?
You don't have to do anything. After all, you've done nothing so far, and look where it's gotten you. Perfectly complacent. All you want is to forget and to leave. Yet they are about to enter into the belly of the beast without you. There is a swirl in the air. The Horn Knight shows Brandy conflicted over where she even wants to go after this. It shows Ceridwen pained by her sword, by the demons that encircle her. It shows Asan with wanting to do right for his clan, but being scared of the person he's becoming. It shows Shepard having to leave his family behind for a family that he has grown to love, refusing to make a choice between one or the other. It shows Indra in pain because of a choice that he made, because you were all scared of what the Lyrium was doing to him. And it shows Erland not quite ready to make a choice. They will all be gone.
You gain from meddling with our lives.
Me gain? I gain nothing. I am simply here. I preside over the woods that I have gifted you and your family. I watch over you and your siblings, and the types of people that you become. And I try and maintain balance between the packs and the various sins that you all lay. I will always be here, and I will be a part of you until you join all the other bodies of the earth. This isn't about gain. It's about a warning. Perhaps it is time for that building to crumble and a new one to grow over. You are the only one that walked away from it all. So you are the only one that could go back.
Guess you weren't letting this go.
You have the choice to run away forever and see the catastrophe that your family enacts on the world. You think these exalted marches will stop at any point before all of Tevinter is conquered? I know you did not sign up for this, but there is no one else that holds the information that you do.
Say I'm the right person to do this. You made a mistake.
Nature does not make mistakes. He leans away and kind of stands up a little bit taller, and this wall of a like a personality just begins to like wash over him, and he seems to just kind of like be done and numb with this whole situation. I am not here to convince you otherwise, simply relaying the news since you finally grew a backbone to face me. Your friends are searching for someone very dangerous. There is to be a meeting between places and people, both in regards to this war. A place where friends and foes will stand alike, deep beneath the earth. He turns to gaze one last look at you. Are you also going to be buried beneath the rubble? And sinks into the ground.
Oh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
What do you do?
She's still stuck in this
Mhm.
forest, not forest.
A little, yeah.
She get her bearings. I know there's no sky, but any familiar plants, she's totally not a forest girl or a ranger. But by God, she was listening to Brandy go on and on about tracking and this and that for the past 3 hours in one travel. She's gonna try her best.
Where do you try to go back to?
Out. She's thinking, okay, last time this shit happened with the Fade, at least, it was a rabbit hole that got her out. Maybe something similar.
There is no out, there is only a destination. Where do you go?
Oh,
It doesn't have to be specific, but it can just be like a very like present idea.
as in like in the map, in the world.
It doesn't have to be a destination, it could just be like you focusing on something and then that brings you to where you need to be.
Okay. I'm gonna try think really hard of the ship dock kind of setting up with Shepard and Sarid. Yeah, musty, dusty little fabrics they hung up on the wall.
Okay. You kind of like focus on the ship dock and kind of like almost like step through a portal almost of kind of like trees and branches slowly kind of like enveloping around, and you can step through the tree bark itself and you see your home, the ship, like kind of like home base essentially in Neraminian, the ship dock being destroyed by the warden that you all saw in the prison. The group running further away. You see the Dwarven Embassy, information, and you see the group leave and return to the sewers and various railway systems deep beneath the earth. The gang, the rest of you all, did anyone want to do any shopping before you left, or?
Now, this enchanting place wouldn't just so happen to have some kind of tracker-esque item, like something that can
Is there a specific magic
be
item that you're looking
placed.
for?
Not one that I know exists,
Okay.
but the idea of an item that can be functioned like a tracker, you know? Something that, like, you know how there's like a locate object?
Uh-huh.
Kind of like that, but it works in reverse, you know? Like an object that you can then kind of help locate. You know, like a little spy, little thing.
You gotta explain to me what you're thinking, like, using this
Well,
for in terms
think
of...
about it. It's like if you're able to put a little tracker on whoever's collecting these drop points, whatever hands these little like lyrium deposits end up into. If you can say put a tracker on the cargo itself, you can kind of help figure out where it's going.
I don't think there would be anything like
There
that
isn't.
here.
I've got a thing I would like to buy.
Yes.
How much would 7 amulets of proof against detection and location run me?
Alright, there you go. Let me look that up.
Oh, wait, it requires attunement. That's the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh, but we got tracked down.
Do, 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 do. Hold on. Okay. What was it? What was it called?
Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location.
Amulet.
Even if we don't need these now, this would be a good thing for everyone to have in the future.
Okay. Do 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 do. Let's see. Let's see. I'd say 100 for one of the amulets, right? 100
So 700 for... Oh, sorry.
so 700 for like the bulk. If you want to make it not attunement based, that's another 100.
Each?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can cover half of it. If like, personally, I can cover half of it. I know it's technically party stuff, but Asan is just so desperate. Like, that warden just tracked us down out of fucking nowhere.
How much do we have in party funds?
Well, after doing a bit of note keeping from what I have here, we are at a crisp 8 grand.
Yeah,
because last time the werewolf temple, right? What we had noted down is there's a 300 gold diamond, 3,000 gold in general, 100 plat, and then 100 more gold in miscellaneous extra wares and little gems and shit.
Hold on, for your notes, Alaria took the gem.
Yeah. So that, well, which one? The 300 gold diamond?
The diamond.
Yeah. So then, yeah, then we're just at an 8 grand and like some change.
So, could we spend 1.4 and everyone gets a non-attunement based protection against scrying?
That is really good. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Does the group agree? Because this is party funds.
What's the item called?
Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location. I'll read out the description. While wearing this amulet, you are hidden from divination magic. You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. It's essentially incognito mode for scrying spells. They do not track your data.
So this is like what happens when you say no to cookies on a website?
Yep. You've said no to everyone's magic cookies.
Oh, I wanted magical cookies, though.
Not those types of cookies. How do people feel about it?
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty cool with it, especially if you guys think it's something that would help us.
Also, Alec, thank you for taking off the attunement for an extra 100.
Yep.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, we do
sure,
it. We can buy.
Monsieur Banker, would you like to knock off 1.4k?
Yeah, that'll bring us down to 6685.
And everyone can take an amulet of proof against detection and location and ignore the attunement.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
So I have something that's not like from like a normal magic shop or anything. It's just like a silly like character thing that Shepard probably would want to do before he leaves the city. Is there like a store that sells nice paper and pens?
Yes.
Shepard would like to buy some nice paper and pens
I'd say like
for his practice of writing.
like 1 gold.
Sweet.
All right. Shepherd by stationery. As you all kind of like scour through the various sewers and tunnels throughout the city, trying to kind of like keep out of the way, you all notice a portal of like strange branches and trees begins to slowly grow upon the mossy covered kind of like stone wall, and out of it Alaria steps through, seemingly very distressed.
Oh,
Alaria,
hi.
where were you? You just kind of ran into something, and when you'd reappear. You're not mad that we didn't wait exactly where you went in, right?
This is not the prison.
Oh, here, take this, and I chuck it one of the amulets. Alright. Take that, put it on.
Doesn't question. Puts it on.
Indra's gonna go to hug you.
Oh god! Ah! Ow.
We were really worried, you know.
Roland has the hammer out and is like staring very concernedly. Step back. Son. Make sure this is who we're really looking at here.
Oh my god, it's me.
That was something only Alaria would know.
Cannot be too sure here. This could be anything. This could be a trick. This could be...
Indra steps back.
But if they tell us something only Alaria would know, we would know that they're Alaria.
She's thinking, she's racking. One time I was trying to tie my hair, and you, pointing at Indra, came in, and I accidentally stained the sink with blue, because Erland, pointing at Erland, got me like the cover-up dye, and it was all over my hands, and
and I thought Shepard peed all over the sink. Oh man, it is you.
You thought I peed in the sink?
Yeah, I
thought it was blue?
I was
You thought my
tired!
piss is blue?
I was tired!
Are you telling me all those runs in the morning and you never had to like quickly like dart off and be like, I need to like go piss in the bushes? Neither of you did that.
No?
But-
Why would we do that? We go to the bathroom like normal people.
But also Indra doesn't like watch if I were to do that. Like,
Yeah, I look away politely. It would be really funny if Shepard's just like taking a leak and Indra's like, hey, do you mind if I just wanted to know what color that is?
It's really grinding my gears for I need to know if it's blue.
Shepard's like,
I need
Indra,
to
I know
know
we're
that,
friends. This is pushing a boundary.
I thought those roses were red beforehand. When did these become blue roses?
oh no!
Well, sometimes girls pee red, so I wasn't sure.
How long ago?
Menstruation!
Indra, we need to talk.
How
That's the first of the
how
piece.
how long have you thought that I peed blue for?
Well, I mean, at some point, like, I just, thought better of it. But in that moment, all right, it was 4 a.m. You touched my hand, but something wet. I thought you went to the bathroom.
You are kind of a different species, Shepard.
I didn't want to be racist. I just thought, like, okay, I guess Kunari pee blue, and then, oh my god.
I want to be a racist.
That's hey, listen, Indra, real talk. That's big of you because like old Indra, 100% would have just been racist.
Thanks, man.
We did meet on slurs.
Slurs and fists thrown.
Okay, but I don't know if you ask me, I think only Ilaria would know that story that you immediately backed up thinking I pissed blue. I think that's Ilaria.
Does Erla want to make an insight check?
Hassan. Well, he's gonna do his check too, but like 9.
9.
I mean, I don't know.
You
I
don't
don't know if
know.
this exactly counts against like lying, you know, because I don't know.
You're still suspicious. Something just seems off. Maybe it's like everything is just getting to you, but this is something's just strange. You just can't like put your finger on it.
Do you
Which
sense any
member-
illusions?
Which temporary member of our group was incredibly racist and insulted all of us?
Temporary?
Temporary. As in, they're not here anymore.
Andrew's a full-time member of the group.
Orion?
I'm just like, now Hassan
You're
is
something
wondering, like,
Annika with this. It's like
Oh,
temporary.
I just clicked who you're talking about. It took me a really long time to figure out you weren't talking about a person.
Yeah.
Oh! Your shit,
That's
your
Tony's
little
name.
feather baby. Feather shit.
It's called the Sea Wolf.
you don't just give her the answer when we're checking her identity.
This is Tony telling Ilaria or telling Annika because I thought Annika forgot.
It's like a temporary member, and I'm thinking,
Shepard going, Indra is a permanent member of our group.
I mean, we did just have the discussion of he assumed Kunari pissed blue, so it might still be extremely racist.
How is that racist? He's just
unfair.
accepting
An
it at this
assumption.
point.
Can I make an insight check?
Yes.
Is this actually Ilaria?
Yes, insight or arcana. I'd
Actually,
allow.
I'll go
She's
Arcana
Arya.
then.
Do you
I'll go
sense
Arcana then.
for illusions, and if that comes up empty, sense
28.
for any kind of mental enchantment.
Deficiency.
And if this is
Mental
Erland, I don't know.
No, I know I'm not
if-
the quickest
if you sh-
person, but
If you should
That's
be
how
looking
we'll
for
know
mental
it's
illness here.
Ilaria.
Sorry, what were you
What do
saying, Tony?
I just said, Erland, I don't know if you should be looking for mental illness here.
look at all of us.
enchantment, you're no stranger to that. You've been mind controlled before.
Anyway, 28.
28. No illusion magic, no enchantment magic, nothing kind of like wrong with her head other than from
Other
the
than
autism.
normal.
Other than not.
Other than the regular.
Other than like the normal stuff. There is something there though. It's not quite as potent as this like almost like stench of demonic presence that Ceridwen has on her. Or this kind of like intertwined like spiritual bond that you had with the sea wolf, or even just like a partnership that Erland holds with the hammer. This is more of just like something that's always been in Ilaria and following her, and that you've just kind of like now noticed because it's become so like potent and present in her. She has had like a commune with a spirit, and then you're realizing that like this has always been there.
You realize this isn't actually normal.
Yes.
Not my place to bring it up, so I'm just going to think that's a conversation for later. And say, no magic, no mind control, no illusions. I think we have our Arya back.
I mean, I could do a little jig to further prove it's me.
Don't
Yeah, do a
bother.
jig.
And then she's gonna do like a shuffle back and forth, like little
Wow,
arm
that
motions.
sucks. Yeah, it's Ilaria.
It's like looking at like this wall that she came out of, just like there isn't any like remnants left over here. Like this just looks like it's been back to normal, kind of like knocking.
It's slowly like peeling off, just kind of like fading into like moss and like a various trash.
Where were you?
I don't know. How many
You
days has
didn't
it
know,
been?
yet you ran headfirst into it.
I ran head first to maybe get it out of my system. But
Out of your system.
brain.
It sounded like something came over you. Wasn't exactly good timing for it either.
If I say his name out loud, it makes me sound crazy.
We're all a little crazy, so try to make some sense of it.
Okay, she does a motion on like her hands of like the antlers. Or night. Very, I don't know. At this point, all your stupid gods, sorry, Asan, might be real, so why not this
Wow.
one too?
Okay. Looks like we have a new racist member.
I don't know if racist is the right term.
Ignorance, maybe. I don't want to think he's real. Oh wait, no, you first. No,
Is this-
Josh.
Is this gonna be a habit, Ilaria?
Certainly don't want it to be. But if you had this annoying green stain constantly in the back of your peripherals,
Are you asking me if I know what it feels like to be haunted? Possessed by
Yes,
something you don't understand.
guess I don't need to ask.
You don't know if that thing will come knocking again.
I don't want it to come knocking again.
If it does, what's your reaction gonna be? Am I gonna assume that that at any point you can ditch us? Just go run off in wherever the hell that was. Taps on the wall.
So I was gonna wait till later, but you kind of already brought it up yourself. Why are you connected to some sort of otherworldly spirit?
Oh.
Because, like,
She kind of.
it's an actual, like, connection. Not like the sea wolf or Erlin's thing with his hammer, but something's there.
Is it a spirit? She's looking at Asan. Tell me yes or no.
Is this like a fae thing?
I'm asking you.
You've never met it.
No, but like the connection I get. Can I tell like
yes,
what
it's
it is?
from the Fade, but like everything is from the Fade, so yeah.
Fair. I mean, it's from the Fade. I can't tell if it's like a spirit or a demon or something else. I'd need to like be around it to find out.
In the simplest terms, I guess, you know how, maybe not all of you, had an imaginary friend growing up?
Mine wasn't imaginary, it was it was, you know, Sarah shoving me into a lake.
Everyone else had normal childhood. Okay.
No.
Well, I didn't say normal.
I can't relate exactly. No.
Well, he's silly as it sounds, not imaginary, and kind of shared hypnosis, maybe? Between me and my sisters, which I thought was just one of their silly pranks of, oh, if you don't behave right, the knight's gonna get you. But I guess not. He's very much real and will not. It's like this annoying cavity in the back of my tooth.
Do
You have like a name for whatever this thing is?
Not so much of a guardian would be too generous of a word, maybe, or even a steward of family, my family. Maybe like a really distant and shitty uncle that's paying for your school, so you have to kind of, still meet up with him in between holidays.
You'll
But
have
this
some
uncle
elaborate
never dies.
metaphors.
People pay to go to school?
You'll have some really elaborate metaphors. What is he paying for you? What is he doing for you? What is he
Nothing.
stealing you away for? Did time pass like normal in there?
It was maybe an hour at most.
Do you need help?
Think I need help? Like, do I just sound like a crazy person now?
Not much more than normal. But you've always been very secretive. And good at lying. But this don't sound like a lie. Growing up with this thing in your head. This thing your family shares.
Yeah.
This thing that taunts you and brings you into that place. And then spits you out. Are you hurt?
My pride is a little. I won't lie.
What did it want with you?
He's hunching. As stupid as this sounds, he wants me to go home. I mean, I don't know what it thinks I'm capable of, compared to literally anyone else in my bloodline that, he can communicate with. But,
So you'll go home.
are you making me go home?
I'd like to hear you make a choice here. Alright? If this is where you split off and, try to resolve your own shit, then
I can't.
you can.
I can't. Unless you kick me out,
You're not ready?
I can't will myself to just back up and head east and face my mistakes.
Then here's the deal. Alright. You're not ready for any of that. And from what I understand, you don't want to be alone to face that again. You don't want it haunting you again. It's bringing you back home. It's got a reason for that. There's something there for you. So, first, I am asking you for help. And I need to know, can I rely on you here? Because this is probably the most important thing I've had to do in my life. And I can't have you abandoning us again. Can't have you split between here and there.
If I were a normal, stable, of-the-mill person, I'd be there as much as I'd want to. It wasn't my best moment. I'll admit that. Ever since stepping into this stupid country, just not go away.
I know what it's like to not want to go back home. To not think there's anything good left for you there. But this... Do you really want to live with this forever? Forever in your head.
No.
Okay. So, are you with us here? Are you with me?
Bitch needs to go down. Whatever you want to do.
Good. Once all this is over, whoever's still breathing, we'll make sure you don't get. We'll make sure you don't get taken like that again. We'll resolve whatever business you have with the folks you left behind. Everyone okay with that?
We'll do what we can.
I know I don't speak for all of y'all. Some of y'all are very outspoken, so let me know if I'm crossing the line here. But we are so close. We have a good lead. We just need to see where it ends up. Alright. Good thing is you didn't miss too much, so we'll brief you on the way.
Well, I know we're homeless now.
Homeless?
I saw I couldn't do anything about it. It was like watching Dream go by. I saw our Mr. Warden friend come by and give us a very cool housewarming.
Yeah. These amulets Hassan says should help us not get tracked down like that so easy.
let's take our first break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. All right.
Yeah.
Where are you all heading off to?
I had a question.
Yes.
So Mark, Asan wouldn't have any kind of locate object, but we could probably find a scroll for that, right?
I was gonna say, I'm like, if we want to spend the money, I can get like, I could learn any scroll 6th level or lower if we needed.
True.
The problem is, if it's not a ritual, we need to wait another day for me to prepare it. If it's a ritual spell, I can cast it as is.
Is
Yeah.
there
Um,
a question?
We could be scroll maxing with you, man.
Now, there is the separate thing of so I couldn't do a locate object, but I can ask a single question about a specific goal, event, or activity that occur within the next 7 days. If we spend 25 gold pieces.
You have
For,
like some kind of divination.
Yeah, some kind of divination.
Oh wow, that is some kind of divination. Minus a some kind.
So I could ask, like, which location the next pickup is, or
We know
like
where the
something like
pickups
that.
are.
Well, we know where the pickups are. Do we know which ones?
We don't know
are
where they
going
lead.
next?
Mm,
Okay.
Hey guys.
Not-
Hey guys.
Yeah.
they're
Hey,
all.
Becca, you may continue.
Okay, Laria did not mention this one thing, but now call me crazy. Everybody heard the Horn Nine talking. Yes or no? Maybe so.
Yes.
Theory. Hear me out. I believe we may find our target at the ball where friends and foes are. And speaking plainly, I think we're having the masquerade that Alec mentioned.
Are you going to bring this up to the party, or are they gonna try to mystically know what's happening?
as Ilaria, because we are going down in this little like dingy thing. I'm supposing since there wasn't a lot of time, just bringing it up, like the weird cryptic shit that the Horn Knight had said.
I think something got lost in translation.
Yeah.
Are you asking as the player if everyone else heard what the Horn Knight was saying?
Yeah, basically. I
As
as Ilaria
characters or
can
as
like paint it
players?
out as players.
Okay.
We weren't there for that. But like,
Oh.
if you're asking whether we heard you, because we were all in the same call while you were having your moment.
Yeah.
The players heard the Horn Knight. The
Okay.
characters have no
You
idea
were.
what the fuck you're talking about. So if you
I
want
just
to
want
like
to make
relay
sure
that,
as players we're on the same, like y'all heard it. I don't have to repeat it in the same exact way, but
Mm.
as Ilaria, she's like, hey, I believe the Horn Knight had given me a vision. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him, but it may be relevant.
Mhm. Did
do
he
you want
tell
to
you
say what the
something
vision
about
is?
where?
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure how to paint it.
Did he tell us about where we can find who we're looking for?
No, I'm no poet, but he did mention of a place underground where both friends and foes might be able to meet.
Like here underground in the sewers, or not, or in the embassy?
I believe I'm thinking the embassy. I'm not sure how we'd find other people. This is Annika going like, we're in the sewer because we're trying to find a drop-off point? Question mark.
I don't know. Do you guys want to be outside of the sewer? You can go wherever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, because from what I understood, the Dwarven embassy is underground.
Mm-hmm.
But then you went even further underground to be like, we're gonna find the drop-off. So we're on basement level 3 instead of basement level 2.
Ricky was the one that made the drop-off point, so I don't know where Are they underground or above ground?
Most of them are above ground. I think the only one that is underground is the one by the embassy.
And these are all like from my understanding. So all of these are places where these deals get but like is like all of them are in use, right? It's not like is it just one randomly will be where it happens every day, or is it just like every single day something's happening at these spots?
You were just told that these were drop-off points. There's no actual deals being made in these locations.
Right. This is just where people leave the stuff that they promise from the letters that they receive.
Yes.
It's like letter tells you, I need this order, this shipment. You leave it at this spot, and then you let it go.
Yes.
Okay. And we don't know the frequency of these sorts of deliveries.
No.
But we do know that a lot is being traded here and there. All right. Okay. So where are all these? They're all made in somewhere underground. Friends, foes, whatever. For what?
Ilaria.
What would we even ask for?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if this is just Annika not understanding. How would we know where exactly? I'm guessing as a player, it's in the embassy.
We can ask around the embassy, but we need to know what we're asking for.
Yeah.
So what is this? Some meeting?
Why are you? I do want to ask, like, why are you guessing the embassy?
I
Because
say
underground.
yeah.
There's other places underground.
There's quite a few number of places underground.
You've been in underground crypts.
We've even been in yeah, we've even been underneath like the towers and stuff.
Mhm.
You have a point.
The embassy is the most recent place you've been underground, though.
Speaking plainly, you guys know that there is a place where the people that you consider your enemies and the people that you consider your friends will be meeting. You know that it's underground, and you know that it's out of view of kind of like anything else. You're not really sure like what it is like specifically, but you do know that like a lot of important people will be there. But the fact that it is out of like sight of, you know, the official goings on into Winter probably means that people who operate out of sight of official goings on into Winter would know about it.
Okay, so basically securing a shifty invite from a shifty individual.
I like the cut of your jib.
We do have some friends in low places. Can try to say they should have a pulse on things.
I can't recall if this is Annika. We ever submitted or have we ever contacted Martian ever? Again, Marcian, our fellow Orlesian underground guy after the whole like, hey, yeah, we got the wagon back. Good.
Which guy?
Marcian or the other fellow. Constance Martian, he's the Orlesian who was like, hey, go out of the city, get this wagon that has been ambushed. Or there was also Nepos. I'm not sure when we last talked.
We did interact with them. Yeah, they helped us get back in the city after we had to make our daring escape and teleport out.
Oh, from the prison. Okay.
Yeah, they helped us get back in.
Okay. Have we ever contacted them Shit, I can't recall. I know we did. We dropped we did the wagon thing, thus proving like, hey, we're legit.
No, we haven't really interacted with Martian after, but that might not be a bad idea considering if they have some, if they knew information about what Felix Gerardus, that would have been.
Mm-hmm. He was the one who was able to be like, go here specifically, and so and so and so are connected.
Because Felix
So
was
I'm-
the, yeah,
Looks
our
like a cool
teacher
guy.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Objective: try to find an invite. Or
And
found-
Felix
find out where it
used to
goes.
work with Luke and Synesius Glyceria.
Right.
That whole upper crust.
That trio.
Yeah.
Nope, there were 4 people.
You know what I mean? Quadruo. Trio rolls off.
Quartet.
Quartet.
Yeah. The quartet.
No. Well, maybe.
Potentially queer.
Surprise! They were all a polycule.
And they broke up. That's why some of them became evil.
Mm-hmm.
So, back as Ilaria, I think we might be able to find your person, or at least get even closer to your person through this big mixer event they have going on.
All right. Well, who do we know that might know anything about it? I mean, we need to figure out not just that, but also where any of these deals are going to be had. I mean, we have a bunch of these drop-off points, and this is a good lead, but we don't know which of these will be used or when.
Right. I mean, I know a guy. No is a strong word,
Mhm.
but he was the one who kind of led us to his name. It's the professor. We literally just said it. I should know this.
Felix?
Felix. God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm like, we just said it. I said he was my cousin.
The guy who called himself your cousin? Like the
I
other.
called myself. I mean, we do kind of look alike if you remember his. I mean, hey.
The other Legion.
Martian is not my cousin, but he is another relation. Yes.
Okay. He's You don't think he gets into any kind of lyrium deals, do you?
I think his currency is more of the social kind.
Well, that ain't bad. This is gonna be a social event. So, alright. We can ask him. We can see what we can find out from him, but like any of these sorts of deals, it ain't gonna be cheap. So, you gonna do the talking?
The one that looks Asian is Laria's cousin. The one from Relay that is not Asian is not.
I don't know what's so difficult to understand.
To be fair, did we ever get a Felix face reveal as in
I said that
token.
he does have like a large.
I know you said he has Asian
yes,
features.
He has Asian
but that's...
features. That was I have drawings of him. I don't want to share them.
I know. Okay. Back to Ilaria. Yeah, I could get talking with him maybe. How much are we willing to give? Are we in like a hot seat right now, kind of being wanted by
We aren't exactly strapped for cash here, so whatever gets them to keep talking.
enough?
I've already given up a couple 100 today.
This is an Annika question. Varen's various vials is no longer a thing. We have liquidated that asset.
It is, I think, technically speaking, on hiatus. Like it's kind of like putting up
Okay.
those gone fishing signs, but then also kind of taking it down because it's like, hey, someone else might need the lot. So it's like, you know.
I was thinking we could bargain that, like, hey, you want an actual legitimate shop in the middle of like basically the downtown area? We'll give it to you at a shit for free. Boom, storefront. How do you like that? Free real estate, literally.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. Shit, we'll throw in some renovation for you.
I mean, that might not be bad. We already have everything there, and we already have a client list, so it might be something valuable.
Mm-hmm. You know?
And helps us cover our tracks a little more too. Gets an extra loose end off of our court.
It helps him launder some dirty money by making a legitimate business. See, you guys are thinking like nobles now.
Sure. All right. Okay. Then we'll find this guy. You can let him know that you heard some rumors about this thing going down, right? We want to find out where it might be, and we might have some valuable things to trade for that information,
Mm-hmm.
as well as any information he might have about lyrium deals happening throughout the city in certain specific areas. Might help narrow it down. If he knows that there's some shady things happening in the same area as, where we have these marked points, then we know that they can be related. All right. Yeah. We have a plan. You know what to do?
Yes.
All right. And if he ever stops being so chatty, he holds up a little bag of gold. Just, keep jingling.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Do we want to resurface to the last time we saw Martian was in the merchant?
Yeah, Merchant's Guild, right? He has his own little pop-up shop, but doesn't really sell anything.
Yeah.
No, he sells quite a bit actually.
He sells
Or is
quite a
that-
bit, but
okay,
I don't think he has
different
a storefront,
Okay. Yeah. Remind us what is his business? At least what is his
General goods.
up front? Yeah, general store
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
General goods for a mage empire, which means lyrium potions and spell.
So he
Everything's for
is
sale, my
connected
friends.
to lyrium.
Everything's for sale.
He's literally perfect. He's already connected to lyrium. It's great. Let's track him down.
I really don't think he'd be hard to find.
No. We're still in business hours, presumably.
You all make your way to the Merchants Guild. Sorry, I wasn't here last session. Did you all go back to bed after the fight with the warden?
Yeah, what day is it?
Yeah, they
Yeah, we
went
did.
back to sleep.
Okay.
They finished their long rest. Don't worry.
Okay. I mean, no, I was more so worried that they went back to bed. That's really funny. Okay, so it's
We were
like,
EP.
it's a new day. They spent how much time running around?
I would say 3, maybe 4 hours at most.
Okay, so it's about maybe, I don't know.
Noon.
Yeah. Yeah, so peak business hours, Merchants Guild is busy and crowded. Kind of a lot of voices kind of talking over each other, perfect for a business deal. And you do notice Martian out of the corner of your eye, kind of keeping near his storefront a little bit, out of the way. Doesn't really want to catch too much attention, but there are people that seem to be kind of, coming by, talking to him, chatting, exchange of goods, coin, and information. He notices you, and his eyes twinkle a little bit.
Ah, friends! It has been so long. I actually went to your store about yesterday, but there's a closed sign?
temporarily, you know, how business goes.
Are you getting tired of the game already?
Sorry, I put my other headphones in and then it glitched. I think I caught the latter end of that sentence.
Are you tired of the game already?
Or Varen, right? He has to like kind of reorient himself for a second. Oh, well, you see, kind of taking a bit of a much-needed sabbatical for the time being. A lot of orders kind of started piling up, and there's always these sort of break periods might be needed for gathering new material.
Ah, I know how that is. You gather the material yourself, you don't buy in bulk.
I try to establish a trusted quality to everything. Sometimes gotta do things yourself.
Hmm, that one I understand quite a bit.
Indeed. But, of course, we ain't just here to talk your ear off. We did have a bit of business we wanted to discuss. Not entirely unrelated to the store, even.
Ooh, everything in this building is business, my friend. But, continue.
So,
Oh, you first.
Aria. We, are we safe to talk?
Looking around, well, as a player, are we? Like, are there people? Or is it a relatively quiet
Make I'd say a perception check.
perception? La,
Yeah,
la, la,
fine.
la, la. 5, 2, let's see, be nice to me. Whatever a 5 plus 16 is. That's a 16, right? Yes. 21?
Oh, your modifier is a 5. I'm like, what? How the fuck do you have a plus
No,
16?
no, I did the modifier first.
Oh my god, you gave me a fucking heart attack. Anyway, 21.
Yeah. 21.
You have that kind of isolation that almost like a New York street has. You're surrounded by people, but every single one of them could not give a single fuck what you're doing currently. They're
Nice.
doing their own thing.
If anything, does Erlin get the inclination, or possibly even like the hint of a smell on this man that perhaps he's the kind of guy who might enjoy like fancy pipe smoking and things like that? Because
Make an
the
info.
idea, yeah,
Glaze him up a bit.
Erlin has the idea that perhaps we can take a quick smoke break away from this, away from the business to really discuss. I'll try to insightful. 13.
He very much looks like somebody who enjoys lavish things. Like, you can tell by the way he speaks, the way he carries himself, the way he talks. Like, he wants to give this kind of I am a high class merchant feel to everything they do, despite their goods not 100% matching that feel.
Would you care to, if you have if you have a moment, would you care to take a smoke break away from all this and really speak freely?
Mm, it is a slow day for me. Alright, I'll bite. Depending on if this smoke break proves, rather informative.
What's your poison? And Erland will kind of like gesture towards one of the other stalls, probably one that like sells like more like expensive, kind of fancy looking little whatever tobacco products or whatever, you know?
Hmm. You know, I think I'll be going with that one. And he points over at a stall that is like, how do I describe this? Farmers market tobacco.
Farm.
And it like reeks of just expensiveness.
Mm,
Organic.
by all means. Well, you find yourselves a little spot here, and don't worry, it's on my coin. Roland will go over, get one for himself, one for the other guy. Show of peace and good dealings.
Say
And
a
yeah,
gold piece total.
gold piece total. Yeah. Roland will kind of come back as we all kind of coalesce in our own little corner.
It's a little more quiet in this corner. It's a bit away from everyone else. As I assume you move away from his
A
stall.
little bit. Yeah. Just like anything to give him a little excuse to put up a little sign that says away for away for
Lunch.
5 minutes. Yeah, away for lunch. So, hand each of us one and light it with something.
Mage fire.
Something. Do that like fancy thing like with cigars. You do like the little like cut and then shoo, all that. Anyways. So,
How may I help all of you?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you again for, letting me know where my cousin is.
I am someone who understands the importance of family. You do not need to thank me for that.
Unfortunately, though, Felix is a little shy when it comes to meeting the rest of my companions, and I heard there was going to be kind of a get-together going on, including him and some other key players.
Well, I mean, there's so many get-togethers in not only the high society, but the low society and the middle ground. Tevinter is all about meetings and getting to know one another, having these connections and networking. It's a little hard to pinpoint what you're saying.
we're looking for something away from the general populace. Something underground, so to speak.
Ooh. I would have no clue what any of you are speaking of.
It's your perception or whatever. Insight. What is it?
Insight.
Insight.
I can insight him. We can
Okay.
both insight,
You
can we?
Yeah, you
I'll
can
give
both
you
insight.
advantage. Or-
You'll
Oh,
give me.
okay.
All right, cool. Insightfulness.
He is speaking in that tone of voice where, like, I am not talking about this unless I am getting something out of this.
I see. She's gonna kind of lean to tap at, like, I'm guessing there's tea. I'm just gonna say there's tea. Pour herself more tea, but as she's doing so, heft the coin purse to kind of jingle. It's heavy, woo!
See,
Make
that's
Persuasion check, Alaria.
Just plain, or can I?
Yeah, just
is
plain.
That, okay. 17 plus 11, that's a 28.
Jesus. I may know of some places, some times and locations. Now that my memory's being jogged a little bit due to the amazing tea that you are providing.
of course. Now, we are men of business. We're all people of business here, so I wouldn't ask anything from you without offering something equivalent in return. So, here's an offer. I wasn't wrong about needing to take this sabbatical, but my business here is sort of, how to say, coming to an end. But that doesn't exactly mean that what I've already built in my short time here needs to just go away, get replaced by some other pop-up. I think I've gathered a little bit of goodwill from the people around, tending to their needs here. So, I may even be looking for a new owner for Varen's various files. Pick up where I left off, help close out last couple of these orders. Now, I can't give you all the, say, manufacturing expertise, but you'll have a list to start with. And the rest is just, well, you're already into Vinter. There's plenty of potion help and aides that are looking for stable employment, I imagine. Novices here and there that can do the simpler stuff that I've already been doing.
Now, before we continue this conversation, I have one question.
Go on.
Would what I be getting in this exchange also include recipes?
I can share with you what I've gathered thus far, yes.
You may continue.
I've
rest of your
traveled decently far for some of these too. So, what I have may be a bit unique, something other stores may not be able to provide. I'm willing to share this with you. I'm willing to share what I built so far with you and let you take over. How does we pronounce his name like Martian or Marcian?
I thought it was Marcian. Less so the alien.
I believe the way you say his last name is supposed to be Markian.
Oh.
How does, say, Markian's many mixtures sound?
When with the original recipes, and obviously some hired help, and with your original clientele.
If I'm not misremembering, I do have a guard outside the city that has needed my services for a few things that are a bit uncouth to bring up here in conversation, but...
Oh, yes, the nature of alchemical remedies.
But things such as that.
I think I would greatly enjoy that.
And all we truly need from you is to know where such an event, if it were happening, was going down. Maybe even how we might get in ourselves. This open invitation, closed invitation, only those in the know. Help us get an idea of what we're expecting here. And then I may have another question for you that I'll similarly repay you for answering.
Well, know of where this would be. And your primary issue wouldn't be getting there. It would not be finding the place. It's being let in. It's a need to know basis. And it's usually invite only.
And yet you know about this. So you're need to know? Or is
I'm
it
on
just
a-
friends of friends?
I say it's need to know because officially that's what it is, but usually it boils down to friends of friends and people letting others know where they're going in case something bad happens to them. It's something in which we connect with each other and see prospects for the future. Now, I haven't been to many myself. I've gotten the invites, but truth be told, I like operating more above board, contrary to the information I can give you. After all, above board tends to bring in more profits and less gray hairs. But I could help you with that. For a fee, obviously.
He'll give him a look as they're like both kind of enjoying their little drags and things. Okay. What is your price?
Well, first of all, your shop and the clientele coming from it.
You'll have my
You
potion. You'll have my recipes.
and thank you. I was about to clarify that part.
I keep things very detailed.
Good.
Idiot proof.
Well, that is good. There's only so much gold can buy you, and sometimes competence is not one of those things.
Certainly.
Now, the fee for invitations, as well as the location, I would say is a little more material than capital. I would say a nice 400 gold for the entirety of your group would suffice. You are a rather large group, and large groups and large individuals, as he's gesturing at Shepard, tend to draw a lot of attention. People start asking questions, and obviously, questions make fingers go in several directions.
Would you have a good cover for us, or even people we may be, during this little stint?
That who you are won't matter in this place. No one will know who each other are unless they reveal that to each other. It is. Are you aware of what a masquerade is, my friend?
Am I? I'm uncultured.
Gazoon.
DMs, am I?
Ilaria would know if she's standing
Yeah.
next to you.
Alaria is I think the only person in this party that would know.
I mean, I think
I was
Indra
gonna say,
would
there's
know.
no way Shepard would have any idea what a masquerade is. I don't think.
Like that's the thing. I think like Ilaria would know because yeah, like Orlais, they love their little masks. No pun intended. But like Indra would know what a masquerade is just by like reading a book. But
Yeah.
like the rest of you guys come from like underground, the forest, and like a different country.
A country that I don't really think would accept a masked party in which
Yeah.
a bunch of people have the capability of hiding in plain sight and doing nefarious things.
Can't imagine that going well.
Indra
Curious deeds.
does read mystery novels. This is
Yes.
like a class.
Yes, I actually, you know what? I forgot that detail.
Indra's like excited, like he's just like, oh wait, I'm like a masquerade ball. Okay, cool. Ilaria,
Just
you know
like
exactly
one
what he's
head count.
talking about, but you're not. It's a little. It is like an Orlesian thing, and maybe like some other countries like adopt it. You're confused as to why Tevinter would hold such a thing.
Yeah, they usually don't like our stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so he continues.
So yeah. Arya, enlighten me.
Oh,
Masquerade.
like back home, we wear masks, so they won't, unless you explicitly state your name. How would they know who you are? They don't even have a face to put it to it.
Okay.
So, who you are and what you look like does not matter. What matters is obviously the attire. It's a formal event. You are to look nice. You are to wear a beautiful mask. You're supposed to be gaudy. And especially at this one, you are supposed to be gaudy.
We're all there, right?
We're all
Did
here.
someone
We're
say
all having
gaudy?
I'm sure
Now-
you have ideas already.
So now I do know some of you hail from some places, as he's looking at Ilaria knowingly.
Some of you are cultured.
Some of you are not.
Ilaria, just as a little recap, since it's been so long since you've interacted with this NPC, you know, he knows.
I know he knows. I was like, hey, kinsman. Hey.
Yeah, but he looks at you. This is not a normal masquerade. This
Oh.
is a farce. It is a... Well, yes, imitation is a form of flattery. This is mocking. We are in the middle of war, and part of morale boost for the upper end is to point and laugh at the silliness of the other side of the fence.
You can help us get in. How can you help us shake off some of this suspicion that might draw from our varied group?
Oh, it's simple.
Hmm.
You are all merchants. Merchants that have helped me in the past. And I have given you this gift as a sign of goodwill and apprenticeship. That I show
Networking.
you the way of this place, this city that is prone to eating up and spitting out those who want to make a place for themselves here. And obviously all of you need help with that.
Agreed. Okay. I imagine a man like you knows a good tailor.
Is that really a question?
No, the real question is how quick you think he can work.
For the right price, I think he would get you an outfit by the setting of the sun tonight.
Is that when this is going down?
When this is going down is past sunset. So you will be able to get these outfits and have plenty of time to put them on. You're going to need it.
There's quite a few many layers.
For men, it ranges from anywhere to 5 to 6 layers. For women, typically 8 to 10.
You can wear that many layers of clothes?
It is quite warm.
Sounds uncomfortable.
I was like, why so many layers?
Okay. Then, we all up for this? Business partners? I gesture to my people. Kind of
Oh,
trying to gauge some
absolutely.
reactions.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't even need to ask 2 of them.
Are you okay with this, Dieter?
You're the one that wants to chase after her. Your choice to make.
Alright. We will pay you handsomely for this opportunity. That much I can assure you. And if there's anything else you might know, I have one last question for you. And I can leave you to your business. I know this has been a bit of a long smoke break.
He holds out his hand expectingly. The fee, sir.
I will give him a bag with 400 gold from our party, right? And then I wish I had a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How much silver is? I think technically I just barely have. I have so 85 gold plus 16 silver, 10 to 1. Oh no, not quite. I can't quite do math. Anyways, I'm gonna give him 400 with a generous tip from my own personal pocket of 50.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll do that and hand him
Introduce
that.
tipping culture to Deventer.
Indeed, yeah. Well, introducing tipping culture to criminals. There are codes and things here. Yeah, the most criminal thing of them all, tipping. So
Blasphemy.
help us get all that coordinated. That'd be great.
He reaches into his pocket, takes out like a very small sliver of paper, and like gestures at one of you. Do any of you have a pen while he speaks? I'm going to write a note, so that way you have a letter of introduction from me to my tailor.
Looks like
I
the
just bought a
artist.
pen.
Oh, wait, there.
Thank you very much. Continue, Varen.
You deal in lyrium, yes? You, who we've spoken to, maybe a few different people here and there. Magic shops are a dime a dozen around this part, but I've heard that y'all have had a rather hungry buyer. Someone who's been buying out these shops' stock of lyrium throughout.
Now, I know better than to ask questions when in these kind of deals, especially the ones that we've been making quite a bit in the past 5 minutes. But may I ask why you're looking?
The person who I suspect this leads to, someone who I think would want all of this, well, they're also tied to the disappearance of some people. Consider it someone important to me. I think might have fallen into their clutches some amount of time ago. And I'd like to know where I can find him, if even just a body.
He stiffens a little bit when, the whole sentence that you brought up. Make an insight check.
Insight. Erland isn't exactly lying, but he is lying. He isn't exactly lying, but he is lying.
But also, I would like you to make an insight check as well. Or not an insight, sorry, a
Deceptions?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do one of those. One of the rare Erland deceptions.
So that insight check, he stiffens at the whole sentence you're bringing up, and you can see the gears turning in his head. The way this is all playing out, the fact that you are doing your own investigation, you can probably suspect he thinks you are now guards.
That is kind of funny though. I like to keep him on his toes, if anything.
But when you do this deception check, actually let me roll really quick. When you do that deception check, he looks up from the note he's writing. Now, Varen. I am many things, and one of those things someone around here would call a rat sometimes, but at the end of this trail, do you plan on burning a web?
I know it's rare in our kind of work, but I plan on getting some kind of justice for this person who I've lost.
I don't know who is buying, but there is a rather hungry, as you say, buyer that has been asking us to drop off lyrium in large quantities, and we have been getting mysterious sacks of gold, not just purses. Something that has been able to keep my shop open for quite some time, even on the slow days. The delivery I just had sent this morning. It is by
there
the
any...
Araminian Tower.
You don't know when these get collected?
No. All I know is when the gold gets to me. Because that has been a part of the letters and the agreed upon amounts.
I can... If you'll tell me where you left it, I can assure to you, nothing will happen to it.
Make a persuasion check, please. With advantage, because you have been giving him quite a lot of money.
Persuasion.
Money, money, money.
Let's go! That's good for me!
He's shifting a little bit by the entrance to where this masquerade is.
Okay.
It's by a crypt, an old one. One that children just play in. It's a rather inconspicuous location. It's one of those crypts that lost popularity a while ago, and the only people that really go there are kids looking to play, apprentices looking to train in a place that nobody cares about. You know how that is.
And you left Delirium here.
Yes.
If you don't mind, I will simply check to ensure if it's still there. And you will still, as your normal deal, be given everything you're owed. Not a speck of it will be gone after I've taken this look, if it is even still there.
And if it's gone,
If it is gone, then keep me in the loop for your next deposit.
oh no,
If you can.
that's not what I meant, sir.
Yes.
If it's gone and I don't get my payment, what is my insurance?
Would you disclose how much you're getting paid? From what I understand of this person, from what I've heard, they are very precise in what they ask for. And just as precise in what they give back.
4, 5 whole crates of lyrium. 2,500 sovereign pieces. With an extra 500 sovereign pieces to keep quiet about the dealings. If you cannot cover that cost, then I will say, if that is gone and I do not get my money, let's just say I know your faces.
You do. And by all means, I'd like to, for all official purposes, treat this conversation as just one of passing along.
Well, this is friends having a smoke break during their normal business hours.
Truly, this conversation never happened, and if it did, it was only about me passing along the business to a trusted friend.
Of course.
We might be able to cover any losses of yours, but before we go all scorched earth here, let's just stick to our promises here.
I'm sticking to my promises so long as you stick to yours.
Nothing will happen to it.
I am simply here to make money. And I am willing to recoup the losses in whatever way I can, if any occur.
You know when you'd get paid?
Usually it is the day after.
Okay.
Usually it is the day after the drop-off has been delivered.
All right. Then tomorrow, let's say, you'll get a bird, right? You'll kind of look towards Hassan for a moment. You'll get a bird come to you with a message. That message will simply be a sign. It'll be empty, right? But that will be the sign to let us know if your deal has gone unimpeded. If it has, we will come back face to face with you and make it right. And if it hasn't, then our business is over. You got paid. We got what we needed. and we will henceforth just be known as business partners who, for personal reasons, had to take our leave and give Varen's various vows to you.
Early retirement sounds wonderful, doesn't it?
It does.
Now, he hands you the slip of paper. Be on your way. You have a party to attend. You have to get ready. You have to make yourselves presentable, and some of you have a lot more work than others. He looks at Ilaria. Make sure they don't embarrass me.
Be a lot of powder.
Oh, darling. The high-end makeup stores, by the way, for everyone here, because men, you're also wearing makeup.
Oh,
Whatever masks you have that bear any amounts of skin, you wear makeup to hide that skin.
Erlen kind of like scruffs at his beard. May need a barber.
There will be dwarves there. Your
Won't
beard
be
is
too
quite
telling.
identical. You are right. But anyway, barber, you'll find those everywhere in this city. Makeup stores, the high-end stuff, don't go anywhere that has a front window.
Hmm.
They're trying to sell you subpar stuff. Okay?
Good to know.
Go to places that only have the windows on the door. Because the sunlight actually causes quite a number of
Oxidation.
damage. Quite a number of damage to the makeup that they are trying to sell. It will still be quite expensive, but it will be a much finer quality that you're looking for. Now, ta-ta. Be on your way. I have a business to run, and you have a party to attend.
Okay, and that's where we'll take our break.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and we're back.
Ah!
Okay. You all acquire your outfits.
Yay!
And late at night, you all make your way to the Narrominian Tower.
There's one thing I wanted to have like a thing with the sun,
Mm-hmm.
being like, all right, so I have an idea. Okay. You know how you're always talking about those spells that let you track stuff down?
Yes.
That's why we have all these things. Like why we have the lead boxes and this amulet. Well, I was thinking, you know how you have that you called it some kind of eye thing that you used?
Yeah.
Well,
You want me to follow them with the eye once we see them pick it up?
we don't know if they'll be able to, if the eye will even be able to follow them the entire way through. I was hoping we might be able to. You don't have any of that kind of magic, right? To just find stuff.
No.
So I'm sure we could buy it somewhere.
One sec. Let's see. One sec. Let me look up locate object because we need to figure out whether or not that's a ritual spell.
I don't know.
Uh,
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Even if we bought it, I'd need a full day to relearn my spells for the day.
You wouldn't just be able to just do it?
Unfortunately, no. There's a limit to how many spells I can have at once ready.
Then why not? Okay. Here's the thought. All right. So you won't have that kind of spell ready. Not even if we buy it, you won't be able to use it.
No.
Not immediately, at least. Right.
I mean, it'd be great to have for the future, but not immediately, no.
Not right now. Okay. So the eye's our best bet. Because if these folk move quick, do you think the eye will be able to track them?
Well, it's a large shipment. I don't know how quick they'll be able to move it, but if they're moving very fast, the eye's gonna have some trouble keeping up.
And then our search will turn up empty.
Also, just while we're, in the area of shopping, I'm just gonna buy another 50 gold worth of incense in case.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, then how about this? If you can use the eye, get as close as you can in the direction of where these people are going, right? And then from that point, right, tomorrow, let's say, we'll use that spell and hope that helps us close the distance. We'll at least know the right direction. Right?
All right. That would work.
Okay, then let's try it. Just anything that can get us a leg up on tracking these people down. And then we go shopping. Yeah, we have Drip. Erling gets a little barber to help trim his beard and his hair and make him look more like a
Person.
a person.
As you're all getting outfitted, Indra will kind of like walk over to Erland and just go, thanks, by the way. Back when Ilaria came back, I wasn't thinking, and you were.
I hate not being able to trust my friends, but I can't risk these things.
I know. I'm saying thank you.
You don't have to.
You are very difficult to deal with sometimes, you know that?
I know. You're welcome.
There you go.
That better?
Yeah.
Ow.
You're doing good, Erland. You're doing everything you can. I just wanted to say that I haven't been myself lately, and I appreciate you covering for that.
I don't know if there will ever be a day where I can truly be off guard, you know? Maybe once this is all over.
Once what is over?
Finding her, stopping her from doing whatever it is she's planning on doing.
Are you really gonna stop there?
I don't know yet.
It just seems like whenever we end something, a new thing comes up. Ilaria has her family issues to deal with.
I would hope that there's peace at the end of the road. For not just me, but all of us.
I think we have to find our peace while we can. Not at the end of putting out all the fires, but maybe in between.
Well, on the bright side, I think this is the nicest I've looked in years.
He kind of like gives you like a once over and just kind of like shrugs and goes, yeah.
It's, I look like the kind of guys I would rob.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird to be in the other shoe. Or shoes. Why, I don't get why these are so tall. He called them lifts?
Yeah,
weird.
I think some people are a little self-conscious of how tall they are. Not that there's anything wrong with being short.
No, I got no problem with it. I'm happy with it. Just,
I'm just
I
gonna
mean-
be sweating in this fucking armor and cape and bullshit.
yeah. I just... Whatever she's planning is something big, alright? And we've stopped her before. With, you know, the king and everything. So, we'll stop her again. Make sure she doesn't keep coming back. And ruining things and... I don't know. We'll deal a blow to this place. One way or another.
We will.
We'll make our mark.
And Indra just kind of like closes like the lid of his like knight's helmet, and just, like with like one fell swoop and just goes, "All right, let's fucking party."
Yes! I love that.
I hate every second of it.
It was great.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm envisioning his mask as like a really cool like shades.
No. No, it's
He's
like
got sunglasses over his helmet.
it's just like the most basic like knight like infantry helmet, and he's got like a nice little cape, like kind of like a fur cloak attached, and like a little like attachment to his like normal armor that's kind of like making it like look a little bit like pretty and stuff, and that's it. That's as far as he's going.
Aw.
Yeah. Before we arrive to the place, though, we do want to check to make sure that you know what's going on with the lyrium shipment. Yo! Want to like check to make sure that it is
Oh,
if it's even there. You know,
Mhm.
the hope being.
What time would it be now?
Well, if it's past sunset,
Past
where this goes
sunset?
down, it'd be like I guess shortly after we've gotten our drip. So this would be along the way to get there. So this is, I guess, just us taking a bit of a detour, right?
Okay.
Right, team?
Yeah, just give me a initiative roll, please.
Okay.
Ooh. Everybody?
Nope, just Erland.
Oh, okay.
17.
17. You come upon a large, like almost like cathedral-looking tower. It reaches up into the sky, and so many different platforms and smaller buildings encircle it, almost like this, like fence made of various houses. The tower itself, black stone brick, and this large clock continuously almost like keeping watch over the entire city. Rooftops, this kind of like almost like glistening black material interlaced with gold and white. In one of the buildings, a small what used to be some sort of like ritual chamber, kind of like prayer area, without like any doors or anything, but this like long coffin kind of like sits inside of it, notice several hooded, black-cloaked individuals come upon it, kind of like look around, seem to push the coffin, take out several crates, and stuff them into bags that seem to resemble your bag of holding. Kind of like put them aside and then walk over to the wall of this little prayer alcove, push a stone brick. You notice which one, and as the door slowly just kind of like twists and turns and opens, you notice them all kind of like stand there, seemingly to talk to someone in the dark, reach out, hand a piece of paper, and after a moment, this brilliant, like ghostly green light begins to kind of like emanate from the darkness. They step through and are gone.
And I was able to like catch sight of all these things going on, going down.
You got there just as it was happening, but you were still like, I'd say maybe like 60 feet away.
I'll report back to the people. Be like, all right, so plans are changing a little bit. It's already happened. They took it. I was just barely too late. But I'm not sure how. They vanished like they had some other kind of teleportation magic going on. I think we'd have to investigate a little further, but I think there might be something in there that we can use. Might be some kind of contraption. 'Cause I saw that they activated some kind of thing.
They were
like a
talking
little...
to someone and handing them a piece of paper.
Yeah. Secretive communication thing going on. They vanished.
Do we want to follow?
I don't know where it leads.
Well, isn't this the place that we were told that the entrance to the
Yeah.
place is? The weird ball thing?
Somewhere in there. So I guess we'd have reason to look around. Not look too suspicious. Yeah. Sure, let's take a closer look.
You all come upon this little alcove. Flanked are two statues of a proud dragon with horns coming up from the top of its head, the sides, and the bottom, all kind of like encircling it like this crown of like sun rays almost, and these deep set eyes. Underneath you notice the inscription. One moment. Lucican, the dragon of the night. This is... Actually, everybody give me a history check.
Oh boy.
May
It's
I
what
have
I'm
a-
good at.
May I have disadvantage on this, DM?
Yep.
It's what I'm good at.
Oh shit.
I am uneducated.
Whoa!
It's time.
Oh, did I type it?
I love when a barbarian gets a natural 20 in like anything intelligent, because it's just like I have to figure out how Tony would know this now.
But it's also that kind of comedic moment where the big guy with muscles pulls out a pair of glasses and is like, ah, yes.
Actually, what I think you're trying to say.
Yeah. Maybe the Kunari have their own name for Lucigan. Maybe they know their shit.
Yeah.
Didn't you know this was a class teaching in the Kanori 101?
They love dragons. They kill dragons.
It's elementary.
They are dragons.
Imagine.
Okay, so Shepard and Asan, oh, and Ilaria, and Erlin. Oh my god, good history. What the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah. So kind of like blanket statement. This was one of the old gods that used to be worshipped by the Tevinters. And the old gods kind of like now reside in the bodies of what we know as archdemons. This one was not awakened yet and did not lead to a blight. So it is still sleeping and is still being worshipped. Incredibly powerful, one of the most powerful ones. Asan, this one seemed to. It resembles a dragon that served Elgernon as a thrall. Was some sort of either. Oh, speaking of, hi Renee.
Whoa.
That's
You mentioned
crazy.
Elgernod and
Elgernod.
how did you do that? It's crazy.
That's awesome.
I'm so glad we got that on recording.
Oh my god.
The Discord sound makes it worth it.
Renee?
And no one would believe it wasn't.
Hello.
If you're talking, we can't hear. Oh, we heard.
Yeah.
Saw something.
Hello, can you hear us?
I hear.
Okay,
Here.
okay.
Yay!
Really quick. The group
Recap.
is outside of a small kind of like crypt entrance. They are tracking Dr. Priscilla Lucan. They came upon 2 statues of a dragon that Asan remembered to be a thrall or like servant or pet almost of Elgernon. And you specifically are feeling like a kinship almost to this dragon. It is one of the archdemons, one of the old gods. It has not been awakened yet and not led to a blight yet. So it is still kind of around, sleeping. Shepard, with that natural 20, you would know that this thing is ancient and incredibly dangerous, and worshipped by those that essentially want to kind of like remake aspects of reality that they deem to be wrong. This is a dragon that represents change and working kind of like in the darkness and shadow and doing or kind of like changing your destiny in your own vision and not really caring what the rules of reality are. As you all step up to the crypt, Erlen, do you press the brick that you saw the other 3 cloaked figures press?
The what that I saw them press?
So you saw them press a brick in the wall.
Brick. Yeah. Yeah.
You lightly tap it, and the same kind of like they slowly like kind of like in Harry Potter where like the like Diagon Alley entrance opens up. The same thing kind of like it happens here. The bricks slowly just kind of like turn away to reveal an entrance, this like dark catacomb hallway, and a voice just slowly rings out. Are you here to partake in the nightly delights?
What kind of nightly delights are we talking here?
Everything from music and laughter to new scientific advancements. Have you been invited?
Of course. Friends of a friend. You know him as Constance Martian. Markian. That's how you pronounce it, right? Markian?
Mhm.
Yeah. You might know him as Constance I cannot. Markian.
Constance Markian, of course. We all know and appreciate him and what he does. And she kind of like extends her hand.
Oh. Erland wants to try to like figure out like etiquette check here. Like
Mhm.
Etiquette check.
rack his brain. Is he supposed to shake it? Is he supposed to kiss it? Is he supposed to like
It's the latter.
Give her
it's
the
supposed to be the note.
invitation.
Present an invitation. The note he
You
wrote.
go do your job, and this man
Yeah.
just kisses your hand, and you're like,
Well, I mean, thanks, I guess.
That's awesome.
No, okay, yeah, no. He'll hand the little slip that
Oh, man.
Thank you.
the little bit that
That could have
That our
gotten
friend
weird
Mark-
real fast.
yeah, our friend French Mark gave us this paper.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks for that.
French Marky.
She takes it, and then you feel her presence disappear, with kind of like an acknowledgement almost, and this again like ghostly green flame begins to slowly like enrapture the walls as you kind of like step through the darkness. The door behind you closes, and a long hallway reveals itself. Hold on. Hold on.
Dad, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get the image.
Hold on.
Holding. Hold.
I'm holding.
I'm holding, you say as you hold someone's hand.
Can you all see it?
I see nothing but darkness. And oh wait, can I
Yep.
hold up? I
I
see.
see my tokens, but I have no line of sight.
I see my token and Indra's token.
Oh, it's very tiny, yeah.
Yeah, it is very, very small. It's a very, very big map. Does any one of you have a light? Or all you guys should have dark vision. I wonder why that's
Most of us have dark vision.
Yeah.
I wonder why that's not
I
working.
can see.
My
Oops.
token is rotated.
Yeah, mine's also like rotated.
Okay.
There you go, you can rotate. Boom.
Can
90 degrees.
I rotate it?
Yeah, you click on it and that little
There you
Yeah.
go.
square.
Look at
There we go.
Let's
As an
see.
aside.
Are we supposed to see everyone else's token?
Yeah,
Hold
don't
on.
see
Yeah,
anybody
you're
else.
good.
Hold on, I'm fixing things.
Dynamic.
Species of
Okay.
masquerade,
Before-
so our identities are okay.
You have,
Question.
how much dark vision does everybody have? I think what is it, like 60 feet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
60. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I'm not changing your token, Indra, because you're the DM. You can see things.
I can see things.
So, Erland wouldn't have dark vision by normal means. Unless, oh well, actually, unless there's still any left over of the dark vision eye drops, and I think about it, I might still.
Does
Might
Ilaria
still
have
have some
night vision
note.
or no?
Pretty
I don't
sure
think she
it's.
does.
No, I
Yeah,
know,
pretty sure it's Erland and the humans, right?
Um,
I only have dark vision because of my tattoo.
Yeah.
How much? Do you remember
Yeah,
how
elves
much?
are
Is
elves.
I thought it was normal.
60? Okay.
Let me
It should just be 60.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm still able to get any eye drops
It
out
is
of here,
60, yeah.
we can. Yeah.
Ooh, would Indra have his night vision still? Interesting. I don't think he would.
Indra's just a human, right?
He is a human, but because
Like-
of his variant human or like human subrace, he has night vision.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I don't know if that would be from his like paladin lyrium bullshit or just like he's just like really he's like just autistic.
Is it it's like a racial feature
It's
and
a
not
racial
like
feature, yeah.
then
Maybe
I mean like, I would
trained to
think
see in
you
the
still
dark.
have it.
Okay. I'll
Maybe
take
you
it.
need glasses. Put glasses
Well,
on.
here's the thing. It's like people with autism like do have better night vision.
Huh?
I don't know why.
When did what?
Because people with autism are more sensitive to changes within stimuli, and therefore visual stimuli counts in that.
And that's why they all wear glasses.
Hey.
It's also why bright light can be very overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So what do Erland and Ilaria do other than?
Do you still
'Cause I
have
don't know
submission
if I-
droplets?
That's a question I'm not entirely sure. Because I mean, I had them before, and I've gotten to use them a couple different times. But
Mhm.
like, I was getting all of these from the eye of the sea wolf, and I don't know if that's got any juice left in it by now.
I'd say you have like one more use for you, Brandy, and Alaria. Yeah.
Erland and the humans, we all get 1d4's worth of dark vision.
Hey, I'm human too, Erland.
I didn't say that. That was Josh. Who are you? Who are you talking?
What are you talking about?
4 hours.
We each get 1d4 hours of dark vision, and we have to like kind of like we're like playing like we're playing Operation, and we're trying to like get like the eye droplet into the space in between the mask's eyes, and then also into our actual eyes. Yeah.
2 hours. All right. Do you guys continue forward?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Meow.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, see?
Meow.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to see the map at some
Mhm.
point?
Do you see it?
Oh, you didn't move your fucking token.
Oh. It's still dark.
This is a play your own adventure. You got to keep move your own token.
I want to see the room.
There. Can you see now?
I'm
Oh, I
I'm
see
still
a
on my
long
iPad.
hallway.
It's okay. Meow.
It's okay.
Thank you. I'm finally getting my computer repaired.
Yay.
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 Yeah.
Does someone want to stream for Renee so she knows what the map looks like?
No, I'm on my Roll20.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Ooh, giant creepy skull.
That really there?
Yes.
Oh,
Just
boy.
the giants.
Don't pay attention to that.
Is that really there? Yeah.
Deep
That is it.
beneath the levels of Naramidian lie halls and passageways from a time before the Maker. Catacombs and crypts built of ancient black stone, now long webbed over and filled with dust. Tonight, one such room has been cleaned to pristine levels. A statue of an ancient and proud dragon, the same that you saw outside of the crypt, with horns coming from the top, sides, and bottom of its face, stands at the corner of the room, a fountain of pure water surrounding it. Sconces on the walls are used for the first time in centuries, casting a low, candlelit glow. Low-stringed instruments fill the space with ghastly and enchanting music. At the very center stands something tall and wide, covered by a silken sheet. A magic aura of protection emanates from it, and a cage surrounds the sheet itself. You see a lot of people, all standing around, mingling, enjoying the music and light refreshments, all wearing typical kind of like Tevinter, like noble clothing, but all have their kind of like fun little masquerade masks. Some even talk in like faux French accents, and kind of like drink like a wine glass or tea or something with like their pinky up, kind of like prim and proper, and then like burst into like a fit of giggles. You see a few elven slaves kind of like in the corners of the room, standing to refill drinks or offer up plates of food, mostly ignored, though they all have like just kind of like faces of like deep distrust and disgust on them. You notice several of the figures sport kind of like bird or like corvid masks of white, black, gold, and red, all of different corvid type birds. and a familiar figure in a red mask of a magpie slowly kind of like sets his drink down and begins to approach you. You hear Felix's voice emanate from it. I thought that I recognized you all, though the outfits are certainly helping. What are you all doing here?
We're here to party?
Spend a lot of time partying in the dank crypts of Neraminian, do you?
We do now.
It's good to see well, not exactly see a familiar face, but the voice is telling.
Yes, and your group makeup is also telling.
Well, splinter off. Try not to be too conspicuous here, but look, we're here to get information and understanding. Mingle, I guess. I ain't no social lad, but look, for tonight we all are. You know who I'm after.
This is a very dangerous place that you have come to.
And you're here because?
Because I want to, and he is interrupted with a clinking of a glass, and a woman dressed in black interlaced with gold, wearing a black crow's mask, and a haunting voice slowly approaches the center of the room and stands next to the cage in the center. You have all been gathered to see the fruits of our labor here tonight. I appreciate every one of you who has helped me on this venture. May I present, and with a flourish of her hand, you see the silken sheet fall down. A massive golem stands in the center of metal and stone, almost like shackles, and weaving between like veins and pulsing energy is pure blue lyrium. And that's where we'll end the session.
Oh boy.